Hey, Nintendo Cisco here. It has been 1 year on this day, March 3rd, that the Nintendo Switch was released. It is the birthday of the Nintendo Switch. It saved gaming for me, honestly. I was getting bored of video games. You could only play Overwatch and Hyrule Warriors and Pikmin 3 for so long. I have had so much adventures with this thing. I mean, I've played so many fun games, had so many experiences, and really broken out of my shell to join the community of Nintendo gaming. I mean, it was the Switch that really inspired me to start a YouTube channel. During the Wii U and 3DS days, they announced it as the NX. They were working on something called the NX, and people were losing their minds. You know, everyone was looking for rumors and stuff, and looking for more information on it. People wanted to know what it was, and Nintendo was so secretive about it. Nobody would know. They wouldn't tell anything. They would reveal tiny little bits and pieces later on. Next thing you know, the Nintendo Switch was announced. It was the Switch, and the hype was real. It was scheduled to be released like a few months after they just announced it. So the community was very united due to the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't that into like YouTube creators until the NX was revealed as the Switch. I wanted to learn more about information. I wanted to learn more information about it, and I looked up on YouTube and found tons of creators. I mean, I found them all. I found Etika, HMK, CND, Triforce, Beat 'em Ups, Switch Force, Game Explain. I mean, Game Explain wasn't it. So I found all these content creators, and it was just crazy. I mean, CND was waiting in front of the New York store for 30 days waiting for the Switch, and he was with Triforce, and how united they brought the Nintendo community. People were coming out to New York, visiting them, giving them stuff, and everyone was just having a good time, being super hyped up for the Nintendo Switch. This was such a big deal. I mean, I was here watching. I would go home and just watch their videos and watch this community of people. As content creating, the best I would do is I was always trying to make Nintendo comics. So if there was a big Nintendo title coming out, I would try to make a comic about it. I failed very, very often. But that's because I didn't just feel like I was on DeviantArt and the platform wasn't that great. It was dying out. So I just felt kind of alone, deserted. It was like a wasteland. But then I watched YouTube, and there was a whole community of Nintendo people buying the Switch. When it first came out on pre-order, they sold out like hotcakes. Sold out immediately. I did not get a pre-order in, and boy, did that just irritate me. I had pre-ordered and bought everything. I bought the Pro Controller. I had bought all the Amiibo. I bought Breath of the Wild. I bought Bomberman. What else? I bought other sort of accessories and, well, pre-order. I didn't, they were on pre-order. Then the Switch, I could not get a pre-order in. I found out that GameStop was having a few, and so I went really early. Immediately after work, I ran to GameStop to camp there for the midnight launch. And boy, was that such a lie. Like, they told me that they weren't going to start the line until a couple hours later, like maybe 7 or 8. I got there at 5. There was already a huge line. And they were like, we have one Nintendo Switch. That's all we got. And I was just like, really, GameStop? For real? Only one? And I just felt so lost. I was like, everyone's getting their Switch today. C&D's over there in New York, and all his cast of characters are getting their Switches today. I've been super hyped up. Every single day I have been dreaming about this Nintendo Switch. I've waited so long to play Zelda. How are you going to tell me that there is no Nintendo Switch? I was just so upset. But I was there in line, and then some guy told me that Target was going to have like 40 of them. Saved me so much time. So me and my friend Lone Wolf, 7007, I think that's his name. Anyways, we decided to camp for the Nintendo Switch. We thought, hey, we camped for Amiibos. Why not camp for the Nintendo Switch? So we woke up at 3 in the morning. He went to my house. We took a quick nap, prepared ourselves. 3 in the morning, we got to Target, and we actually found 2 people in line. That was Nate Matos. And I have a previous video where I said that I met him on the Switch line, and that's exactly where he was. He was there since 11 p.m. of the previous day, and it was freezing. And we just sat there just talking about Nintendo, talking about our favorite games, and just waiting for the Nintendo Switch. Eventually, the time came. We finally got our tickets, and yes, I got the colored Joy-Cons. They only had about 4 or 5 of them, and we got all of them. So now that we have the Nintendo Switch, let's talk about the great games that came out throughout the year. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, boy, this was the most anticipated game I've ever waited for, and it was not a letdown. I mean, some people say it wasn't that great. I don't know what they were. I thought this game was just one of the greatest games I've ever played. 10 out of 10 for me. It revolutionized gaming for me. It was everything I could have wanted, exploration-wise. And story, I guess story could have had a little more to it. But with the DLC, I'm pretty sure it patched that problem. I have not played the DLC, unfortunately. Shame on me, because I consider myself a huge Zelda fan. It's probably my favorite title of all time, and yet I've not played the DLC, but I'll get to it. ARMS, a new IP right off the bat. ARMS has such an amazing, diverse cast of characters, but the story was extremely weak, and the collectibles too. There wasn't much stuff to do in that game, and it was a $50 game compared to the $60 price of Zelda. $50 for ARMS, it just felt like such a lackluster. Like, that game didn't have much to it. I enjoyed it a lot. I bought it because I was excited for it. I played the demos and the early beta and all that. Now that it's been a year, ARMS is pretty good. ARMS has more content, more characters, more modes, and more collectibles. And you can now get badges and stuff. I said ARMS really needed an accomplishment system, and it kind of got that. Mario Kart 8. This was a port, but a great one at that. It came with the DLC. I never played the DLC. And Mario Kart has just been such fun. I've played endless hours on that game. It's even more fun when I play with friends. And they have even added characters that really needed the spotlight, like King Boo and Dry Bowser. And I finally got to play as Link in there. Splatoon 2. Okay, Splatoon 2. It has a story mode. It has Salmon Run, which is kind of like Call of Duty Zombie mode. It has free battle, but it has rank battle, and then it has league battle. And that's something even Overwatch doesn't have, but Overwatch needs. People are always complaining that rank battle or competitive battle in Overwatch, people could just get to level 25 and then they ruin everybody's game because they're still inexperienced, and they ruin everyone's competitive play because, you know, they suck. But this is the opposite. This is, you have to get to rank, and then you have to get to a certain rank before you get to play league. So everyone's kind of in the same, rank and play fields. Whew. Okay, Mario Odyssey was such a fun game to wait for. You know, I got my little Cappy hat. Anyways. So, let me put this back. My Odyssey. Where do I put you, Cappy? Where do I put you? I first got to play Mario Odyssey during the Nintendo Championships. I went to the Best Buy that had it near me. It was really far, but they had it, and I got to play Mario Odyssey for the first time. It was so much fun. I got the Mario Odyssey game, and wow, this game was so epic. There were so many cool cutscenes and so many cool things to do and so much exploration. This game made me scream and jump for joy like the young kid I was when I played the Smash Brothers Brawl game, and those cutscenes would always excite me, and I would like scream. And this was doing that. It was making me scream. That's how good this game was. Senran Kagura, Xenoblade 2. I just started this game, but I've already had a bunch of fun. I say definitely pick up Xenoblade if you have the chance. Like Xenoblade, or at least get into it. Watch some YouTube videos, see if you can get into that, because that's a really cool title. While editing this footage, I realized that the video is a lot longer than anticipated, so I will be uploading the rest as a separate video, more like a part 2, but it's enough to stand on its own. So, just wanted to say thank you for watching this. I know it was a little bit of a longer video, and why don't you like and subscribe, and if you can comment below, what are some upcoming games that you'd be excited for to come to the Switch? Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you next time.